I, 15M, want to be a part of my child's life but know how that's possible. Yes, you read that right. I'm 15 and I'm the father of a 10-month-old baby girl. The mother is also 15. Before you ask, we took the precautions, she was on the pill and we used a condom. But against all odds, she got pregnant. She didn't want an abortion and her parents didn't truly care. As soon as she gave birth, her parents and grandparents made a deal and her and the baby were sent to live with her grandparents who live 5 hours away from the city. Her family doesn't know I'm the father and my parents have not a clue about all this. I want to be in my child's life. My daddy ain't raised me and I made a pact with myself that I could never leave a girl alone to raise my child without me. I've only seen my baby twice because of the distance. Once before she left, and once when I got one of my older friends to drive me the distance. I'm in no positions to help out. Yeah, her and the baby are doing fine with her grandparents but I feel like I'm betraying her. I can't support her in any way. I have a job washing dishes at my uncle's restaurant but that doesn't bring in barely any money. School's starting up soon and that's going to cut off a lot of my work time. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck in such a hard place. I never thought my life would go this way, not in a million years. I feel like I have to give up my dreams, try to find some full-time job as soon as I turn 18 and try to dad. But I'll miss out on those years raising my daughter. Please, if you have any words or advice on the situation, I need to hear it. I'm all alone. Whether you're a troll or not, I don't know. But in case you're not, tell your parents. They need to know. If you're a father at 15, they need to know, now. They are grandparents and they can help you out if you want to be involved, although, it will be a whole lot of responsibility and stress. Tell your parents. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to a child psychologist or social worker. Put away any savings you have for her. As much as it's painful that you'll be away from her for these years, she's in a good, stable, loving home and that matters even more than you being present. I'm not saying the best thing for her is that you stay away, just that your presence right now won't help or hinder her. You shouldn't just get a job at 18. You should make the best life you can for yourself so that you can care for her when she's older and she can be proud to call you her dad. From what you've written so far, she's lucky to have you. But you are 15, and you should tell an adult that you want to be in her life, so they can help you do that. She was on the pill and you used condoms, but she still got pregnant. It's very unlikely and less than 1% probability it's your child. You need to tell your parents and get a paternity test. Get those steps done first and foremost. Jesus Christ, this post. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. You're too stupid and too young to be a half-decent dad, op. It's rude, blunt, but, I promise you, it's the truth. Do you, your child and your baby mother a favor and make the most out of the opportunity you've been granted. Go to college, trade school, military. Get a decent career for yourself, and then reconnect with your child because right now there isn't jack shit you can do that would help them. That and you really, really need some time to mature, mentally. Oh, and one more thing. Get a paternity test to make sure it's your kid. You guys are only 15, so it is incredibly likely that either you put the condom on wrong or she missed a few days, weeks of birth control, but it never hurts to be sure. Pregnant through the pill and condoms. Consider me skeptical. So you said your parents nor hers know that you're the father, maybe you should tell them all so then it might be easier for you to see your daughter. Just a hunch but this sounds fake. But against all odds, my daddy ain't raised me, just my 2 cents. This is def fake. I mean if you're adamant about being in the child's life, and don't want the child to be without father, then man up and tell your parents and her parents, and go from there. Whether your parents become more willing to drive you or they help you take some legal action to be part of her life, or some other option that may even include disowning you, you would have done what you can to the utmost of your ability, to be part of this kid's life. Another case would be that you become a better person than you are today, so that when your child is older and you can be part of this person's life physically and financially. For example, you become age 18, and you can move down to where the baby is, with savings to help you out and then a job and finances to help out the baby. Bro, that's like a 0.01% chance of her getting pregnant. Probably isn't yours. Troll. This is a troll post, so many inconsistencies. Why don't her parents know you are the father? Tell your and her parents. Establish paternity. If your BM doesn't want to let you do a DNA test, you can probs go through the court to make it happen. If the baby is not yours, seek therapy as that would be traumatic. If the baby is yours. 1. Establish a custody arrangement of some sort through the court. 2. A trade will help you build your life up without getting into debt. Especially if it's through a labor union. Look into your options. 3. Possibly still get a therapist. BC This is stressful. It will be a rough few years. You're not alone though. There are many people in the position you are in. Remember that and stay strong. You need to talk to your parents about all this. See if they can help you out or help you make arrangements to see your daughter. If you can't be with her physically, make sure you send plenty of time talking to her on video chats and even reading to her before bed. It's not going to be easy having a child this young, but it is possible. If she is struggling financially, try to get another job, but if really doesn't need the money, concentrate on school. So you can set up a better future for all of you guys. You are already being a great father because you truly seem to care about your daughter. Just continue doing that. If you are intent on being a father to your child, start by manning up to tell your parents. You've got to grow up quickly, handle your business. You can do it. Source: I had my first child at 16. Op: You sound like an incredibly thoughtful young boy. As a 24-year-old man, I wish I were as kind and empathetic as you are. But I have to alert you to the fact that it is very, very, very unlikely that the baby is yours. If you used a condom, if the mother was on birth control, if there were no perceptible issues with the condom, e.g., it tore or it broke. Please tell your parents, get a lawyer, get a paternity test, and make sure that you are the dad before you do anything else. You are going to need to get paternity established, for one thing. That's the only way to preserve your rights. Then you can get visitation, etc. You can call the state office. It's called DHHS in Michigan. It's basically the same place you get food stamps, etc. You can ask to file an affidavit of paternity. They would help, since I am sure the girl gets Medicaid, etc. Of course, this only will work in the US. This is why 15-yo shouldn't be having sex. Number 15-yo is old enough to be a parent. Sigh. Please, please, please make a DNA test. Is really important. You know for fact the child is yours and no surprise later. You need help, and no one better than your parents can help you. You can find a middle ground with them. Best of luck for you. You wore a condom. Are you sure it's even yours? Yo, why does everyone on this sub give whack advice? If she is on the pill and you used a condom, check to make sure it's yours. Math says otherwise. The best way to help others is from a position of strength. You must stay in school. Go to college, stack up a viable income. This is the most effective way to provide for your family. And #X200B. Tell you parents. They may be a lot more helpful than you think. You cannot do this alone. The longer you wait, the harder it will be. Terrible troll post. So you two conceived when you both were 13 or 14? No mention in your post about the pregnancy journey that must have been difficult with school and family, labor and delivery and any early medical decisions or doctor visits, and now the child is 10 months. What changed that you now want to be involved? Does the mother want you to be involved? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Talk to your parents. They can help guide you. Edit: I wasn't referring to your mom, but the mother of the child, the 10-month-old in question. If she was on the pill and you used a condom, my first suggestion to you is to make sure that baby is actually yours. First, you need to tell your mom. Second, you need to get a paternity test. Third, you need to get a lawyer and know your rights. You are young, and if you truly want to be a good dad, you make sacrifices and put your kid first. You need to understand that you no longer live for yourself, you live for your kid. You no longer come first, your kid does. This is the most fucked up subreddit, and the stupidity has no bounds. A fucking 15 years old as a father. Oh good lord, for fuck's sake. As a father, you have a right to sue for visitation or partial custody, but you have to tell your parents first so they can help you. First off, get a paternity test. Second off, if it's yours, go to school and work part-time to support the kid. If you took precautions as you say, the kid may not even be yours. If you used a condom and such, I think you need to come clean to your parents and get a paternity test. You should run a paternity test. Spoiler alert, she wasn't really taking the pill. Are you sure it's yours? Get a DNA test. That's what she said. Bet she wanted that baby and made sure of it. Try asking her. Op. I see you've written a bunch of times that your mom will just yell and be unhelpful. It's quite common for mothers of teenagers to threaten with this and that, if you ever get into this situation, and saying negative things like how disappointed and angry they would be if their kid was sexually active. This is in most cases an attempt to protect the teen from your exact situation. Even if it seems harsh, evil or unfair, it's often because teens are stubborn idiots who won't listen, sorry, and parents fail to find other ways of guiding them. Finding out you already have a grandchild is a whole other situation, and she needs to know. Even if she won't be of any help, you should tell her. You need to get a paternity test. No offense or anything, but you used a condom and she was on the pill? If the condom didn't slip or break, I really don't see how this is possible. I strongly suspect your girlfriend may have been taken advantage of by someone, maybe a family member. I know that's a super bold claim, but you used condoms and she's on birth control. It doesn't really make sense. Either that or she could have willingly been with someone else, but y'all are a bit young to be sleeping around like that. I suspect there is far more to this story, and you ought to get a paternity test before you go on worrying about this. TBH, I would just let it go. You are both too young to be parents, and having to take care of it would take a lot of your time. And people knowing that you are the father could be bad, so legit you just need to let it go. This is a 15-year-old boy who needs to do a whole lot of raising himself up before even attempting to raise someone else. Children do not deserve to be raised by 15-year-olds. Ever. I'm glad there are grandparents involved here. You aren't letting anyone down by not being involved now. You are 15. You don't add anything. The other 15-year-old doesn't add anything. The best you both can do for now is stay in school, work hard, grow up, get jobs, and let these grandparents raise the kid till then. In 8 to 10 years, if you're quite determined now, you might even be able to functionally co-parent then, if that's what you want to do. These "but I want to" feelings don't take precedence over the well-being of the baby. The best way for you to be helpful is to let the adults get on with it, and finish growing up yourself. Blunt, maybe, but if you really think you want to be a parent, then get used to it. Go to court and establish paternity. They'll put you on child support most likely, but due to your age it will only be like $10 a month. Tell your mother. She may be more helpful than you'd ever imagine, once the initial shock wears off. Try to talk to the baby's mother. Maybe she'll come up with a way to make it easier for you to see your daughter. And when I say kids at 15 shouldn't be having sex, people look at me like I'm crazy. FaceTime. Any interest is so appreciated. Say something. Don't live in regret. Man, I wish I had real advice for, but there is no way she was using the pill properly or you the condom. The pill used properly is over 99% effective. Using a condom is 85% effective, so there is no way the control was used right. Man, good luck. If you took all those precautions and still had a baby, there might be something going on. Tell your parents and get a paternity test ASAP. Don't throw your life away for a child that might not even be yours. Whatever you do, don't quit school. The best thing you can do now is get through school and get a good paying job to buy yourself a car and a place to live and money to care for the baby. Wait, so the baby is 10 months. The pregnancy is 9 months, so your daughter's mother would have been 13 on the pill most likely? Troll.